All right, so this is episode 24 of Oluswole, the podcast on a budget. I'm excited to welcome our guest. He is a ping pong guru, a track star, and a STEM man's. Aidan, what's good?
Oh man, I didn't know that you would whip out the track star on me, but yeah, how's it going, Timmy?
I'm good, man. You know, I had to do my research. This is our first episode in person, so we got a show out for the fans. They've been craving some content. I know they've been like, "Yo, where'd Oluswole go for 3 months?" But we back now. We're back in person.
For real, I'm back. I'm glad you're back in the groove.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what you cooked up for me.
Yeah. Excited to have you on, man. So first of all, this is our first real semester in college. Last year was kind of a mix of, COVID, non-COVID stuff. Now we're turning up. Now we're lit. So how's the semester been?
You know the vibes. It's been going. It's definitely been very interesting to transition to in-person everything. Well, actually, I still got one class that's online, which is kind of weird. But transitioning has definitely been a process. I think it was even more of a process than transitioning between first semester and second semester last year. I feel like I was able to get into the groove of things with school stuff, and I wasn't doing as much. I wasn't going out as much socially and hanging out with folks as much. So it's definitely been tricky to sort of manage time. I don't know, splitting time between spending time with, the roommates or the folks across the hall, and then also making sure that I can get my grades together, which is I don't know, man, the sophomore slump is real. I don't know if you've been feeling that too.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been feeling that. This is my hardest semester academically. I wish I took Stat 102, because everyone told me Stat 102 was going to be easy. So I was like, taking Stat 102 with accounting and finance, that won't be too hard. But I wish I took it next semester, because I feel like my workload this semester is the highest it's ever been. So, but yeah, I think we'll revive next semester, hopefully.
Yeah, I get that. And especially, I don't know if I told you about my whole schedule remaking thing that happened at the beginning of the semester.
Nah.
But I ended up registering late for a class, and so I had to submit a petition to the school. And so I was like, these are all the reasons why I want to take the class, and then I ended up just pass-failing it 2 weeks later. So it's kind of rough. But
is this econ?
Yeah, it's econ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pass-failing, so no more econ major for me, but, moving on to bigger and better things.
Of course, host of pathways lead to success, so, you don't have to worry about that too much. We live in, I don't know if the audience knows, but we live in a suite of 6, so it's 2 of us, 4 other dudes. We all have our own rooms, and we just, share a living space, so that's cool. How's it been living as a 6? Because when I tell people I live in a 6, they're always like, whoa, 6 people. I think it's cool, but what do you think?
No, yeah, I've definitely been liking it a lot. There's always something going on, and so that's always a lot of fun, but it also takes away from my productivity. I mean, last semester, I was in just a double with Aaron, and so that was cool, and it was pretty chill vibes, but definitely being around people all the time has been a lot of fun. But yeah, it's been cool. I don't know, it's weird that we aren't all in the suite at the same time, but there's always still somebody there to hang out with if you want to. Except, bro, you're always lurking around. I have no idea when you're in the suite or not. So you'll just be popping up out of nowhere. But it's cool that there's always something to do.
Yeah, for sure. I like to move in silence, you know what I mean? So it's also because of the positioning of my room. You have to literally, I'm all the way down in our rooms. You have to walk across to the other end of the room to get to my room. The other end of the suite to get to my room. So it's you may not know if I'm there or not, but moving in silence and all that.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be going to the bathroom at 4 a.m. or whatever, and I'll see your light on. I'm like, damn, what's Timmy up to? Perpetually on the grind, I guess.
Not necessarily. I remember a few days ago I crashed at 1:35 a.m. and that accidentally I woke up at 6 and I was like, whoa, my lights were still on.
At 6?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So sometimes it's grind, sometimes it's just sleeping and with the lights on, which is not good. But yeah, you're from North Carolina, but you're a little bit of Mr. Worldwide. You lived in what, Indianapolis, Colorado, Miami.
Yeah, wait, where'd you find out about all that?
This is all the stuff you told me, actually.
Really? Okay.
I didn't have to research that.
No, yeah, I guess I probably did mention at some point. But yeah, I was born in Colorado, Denver. I lived there for about 5 or 6 years, and then I moved to Indiana for a bit, and then that was another. Actually, that was a longer period of time. That was maybe 7 or 8 years, and then I moved to North Carolina for high school, and then here I'm at Penn. But my parents just moved to Miami Beach, so I'll be going there from now on. So that's pretty dope. But it was actually weird. My since we've been moving around a lot because my dad's job has moved around, but it's weird. Like we've been following him a couple years after he moved. So like he moved to Indianapolis a couple years before we did, and so I don't know. It's sort of been interesting to follow him around as he moves from job to job.
That's cool. You know, a lot of traveling around these states. You know, different experiences.
To be fair, there's nothing crazy about the states I was living in. They're kind of whack. Not gonna lie. But Miami Beach should be cool for sure.
Miami goes up. They got Rolling Loud, beaches, all that. You know, you could be getting lit down there.
No, yeah, for sure. Over spring break, you already know I'm going to be like one of those dudes out there playing football on the beach, tackling fools. It's going to be a good time.
You're going to be one of those people with the shades and then like the button-down shirts, like showing the chest hair and everything like that.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
That's some Austin Powers vibes.
Of course.
So, yeah, I'll be looking forward to that over spring break, but still got to figure out what's going on. That's also, cool. Sort of random.
Yeah.
There's like the best taco place ever. Let me put y'all on. In Miami Beach, the best taco place ever is this place called Bodega. So it's like a little food truck sort of sitch inside of a place, and it's right next to a club. So if you want to get some tacos and then go party, check it out.
2 for 1.
Yeah, exactly.
2 for 1 right there.
You should check it out too.
Yeah. I've been to Florida, but I've been to Orlando and I think I've only been to Orlando. Yeah, I've never been to anywhere outside of
like Disneyland or something.
Yeah, Disney World. Yeah, so I've never been anywhere outside of Orlando, but yeah, Miami would go for sure. Gotta go down there.
Maybe some spring break plans. Get to some demon activities.
Could never be me. But yeah. So you live in those places. And I know you follow sports as well. Are you like a Denver Nuggets fan? Are you a Hornets fan? Like Pacers? Who do you support? Who's your team?
That's a good question. So I like follow sports like basketball and all that, but I don't have a favorite team. I do enjoy just watching it, and actually I feel like I don't watch a lot of the games live too much. So I mainly just scroll through socials, see the house of highlights, like I don't know, the Ja Morant poster or whatever is going on. Yeah, I do enjoy watching it. In terms of sports, I'm a biggest fan of like Premier League soccer. And so I'm a big Liverpool fan. So that's mainly what I follow. Yeah,
and I was actually gonna ask you about that because I know Mo Salah leading the league in scoring and assists.
Yes,
I think he has like 10 goals, 7 assists, something like that.
Something like that.
Like
I haven't been following
games.
exactly. All I know is he's been racking up the goals, and some of those goals have been insane. I don't know if you've seen any of them, but
I've seen a few.
Yeah,
he's been going crazy
stuff. So yeah, it's been going well. We actually just lost our first game of the season, like this past week, which is kind of bad, but still holding out strong. So I don't know. Looking forward to seeing more of the games.
But you know who's holding out a bit stronger?
Who?
Chelsea.
Oh
Top
man,
of the league.
I don't want to hear it. Y'all got lucky with the Champions League last year too, I think.
But we won. How do you win the Champions League?
It was a fake year because there's like COVID and all that, so nobody was at their peak performance, and so it was just weird. So y'all didn't actually deserve a Champions League.
Nah. I mean, how many teams are in the Champions League group stage? Like 32. So if you make it to the last two, if you make it as one of the last two teams in the competition, that doesn't happen accidentally. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know, bro. Some of that stuff could have been accidental. Like, I don't think that. Maybe I'm just angry because y'all spent like 200 million pounds on different players this past year. But I don't know. I think that our Champions League, when we won it the year before that was more legit. Because I don't know. There was no COVID. It was a legitimate season. We had some of the craziest comeback wins in the history of Champions League. That's a story. Nobody's gonna remember Chelsea winning the Champions League. I'm convinced. Plus, actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why are you a Chelsea fan?
It's a good question. Growing up, like in Houston, my dad was a big Chelsea fan. So whenever there were games on Sunday and stuff like that, we would always see him watching it on TV.
Got it.
So it was always like the blue team versus someone else. So I just like started following Chelsea. I always saw them watching. I always saw them playing growing up. Yeah.
I don't want to be racist, but like, is there a Nigerian connection there? Like, were there famous Nigerian players on Chelsea that he follows them because of?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that was the reason for him following Chelsea.
Oh, okay.
But I know there are a lot of like, I think in Nigeria, Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea are pretty popular. I don't know which club has like the biggest presence there, but like those three clubs, I know a lot of Nigerians support them. But I don't know if it's like an African thing or like, I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know the reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do know. There's like one famous Ghanaian player who played for Chelsea back in the day, and so I
Yeah,
know that's
I see
why.
him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's why like Aaron and a lot of the Ghanaians support Chelsea.
Aaron's a Chelsea fan?
Sort of. Well, like if you had to pick a team to follow, it would be Chelsea.
Oh, for real?
Just because the Ghanaian connection, yeah.
Oh, really? I did not know that. I've never heard Aaron talk about.
Oh, he doesn't actually, but if he
Yeah.
had, like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is true, but maybe his dad does,
Okay.
but something like that.
Aaron from Virginia is a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy.
It's so odd. America's team, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but moving away from sports, I want to ask you about, some of the stuff you've done. We mentioned in your intro that you're a bit of a track star, which I didn't even know before this interview. And you were a track and field athlete for 3 years at your high school. Tell me about how you got into that.
Yeah, so I'll be honest, I don't like running. So the reason I got into it is because our school mandates that either you take PE, which is like, that's low-key shameful. Like only like, I hate to be that guy, but like only like the really like unathletic kids do that. And so I didn't want to be that guy who's just like the bum who took PE class. And so they mandate that you either take a PE class or do a sport for a semester or like for a season. And so I decided I'd do track and field. So I was put on the distance team. I ran distance, so I did like the 800, the 16, the 32. But since I'd miss practice more often than the other kids, the coach hated me, and so he'd always put me on the 32, so I'd die. So I'd be running 2 miles at every single race. And especially when it started getting later in the season, because it's a spring sport, it'd be getting really hot. And so I'd be sweating my ass off trying to finish the race. But, it was a good time. It was like a bonding experience. Actually, there's one other kid who's here at Penn who's from my year at school, and he was also on the track team, and he and I ran together a lot. So, yeah, it was cool.
That's cool. Bit of a Penn connection right there.
Yeah. So we always reminisce about our coach, Derek Fenton, barking at us, trying to get us to do all these different workouts and things like that during the season. And so, and then there were these legendary mulch paths that we'd have to run around for our moderates, and so it's always good. It was a very good bonding experience with the boys. Yeah,
that sounds cool for real. And I remember, you mentioned that the coach was, putting work, making you guys put in that work. I know you're not from Chino Hills, but you were running hills when you were training and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, so
yeah.
Actually, speaking of hills, so like the of our school, he has like a house that's right, like he has a house that's right close to campus, and we'd always run by it. And we'd also do our hill workouts because there's this giant hill right in front of his house. So we'd always do our hill workouts right in front of his house. And one of my friends went over, like one day, was like, all right, I'm going to play a prank. Ran over to his house, literally, like, and then like grabbed a rock from the ground and broke one of his windows and ran. And so afterwards, the school sent like the entire track team an email saying like, "Oh, we heard about this, and that." And so they were trying to find the culprit for ages, but they never did. But it was I don't know. We pulled a lot of shenanigans in front of that house when we were doing our hill workouts.
Man, devious licks, huh?
Devious licks.
Yeah.
So,
I hope you're not snitching on yourself, though.
Snitching on myself?
Yeah, I hope you're not snitching on yourself.
I would never do that.
Of course.
I would never.
Yeah.
No.
This is going on the internet.
Huh? Oh, man. Hey, if you see this, I didn't say your name, so don't say nothing. Yeah, no. I'm not exposing who it actually is.
Mob ties.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, can't snitch on the boys. So.
Of course. But one of your track and field teammates was talking a little crazy about you. Sajin said he's looking forward to going to, this is at the end of, I think, senior year. I think he was saying he was looking forward to going to Duke, where he'll major in beating Aidan at ping pong.
Oh man, yeah, that's my boy Sajin. He was on the track team with me. But yeah, he's at Duke, and I don't know. There's a time, so when I was considering my school options, I was mainly considering Penn and Duke, and there was actually a period of time when I was leaning towards going to Duke. And so that's where that came from, because that was before the official college announcements came out, and so he was a little sad afterwards. But yeah, I was planning on a lot of, I don't know, I'm low key like pretty I think like I'm pretty decent for an amateur, so I was planning on whooping him in ping pong. But yeah, my boy Sajin, yeah, I think he's thriving at Duke without me. But yeah, that would have been a good time.
So you're nice like that in ping pong, huh?
I don't know. I like to tell that to myself, but I know if I play like it's okay. So I've actually been playing ping pong here at Penn a little bit, like not as a part of a club, but I'll go over to Hill. I don't know if you know there are some ping pong tables there, and so like I'll play with I don't know, some people who haven't been featured on the podcast, but like the two Joeys and like Brandon, so like the folks across the hall, and I can beat all of them pretty consistently. Like I don't think I've lost yet. Actually, Joey, I've the closest I've gotten is losing to Joey Jong. But then this random girl, Linda, some freshman, she pulled up and she was like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Okay." She was the first time I played her. She didn't move and she was hitting all my back. I was so pressed. I couldn't believe it. She beat me. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was supposed to get her number actually because I want to just be able to text her whenever I want to play ping pong because I'm trying to get better, right? But when she typed in her number, she only wrote, like the phone number was supposed to be like 10 digits. She only wrote 9. So what happened was I texted her and then it was like, oh, invalid number. And then I found out that she only wrote in like 9 of the numbers. And then, so I decided one time I wanted to hit her up to play ping pong. And so so she had like the first 9 numbers entered in. And so I texted all the numbers with that set of 9 numbers and then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so I made a group chat with all those numbers just to text her, "Yo, Linda, let's play ping pong." But it didn't work. She didn't pull up. But I'm working on it. So.
I mean, if she knows, I'm sure she appreciates the effort, man.
Yeah.
That's some hustle.
Hey, anything for ping pong. Anything for ping pong.
Oh, yeah.
So, wait, I'm just curious. Do you play at all?
Like, no, I don't play ping pong, but I played, just casually. Like I like in high school, like in our PE department, we had a ping pong table. I play every now and then, but I'm not any good. But yeah, I'm not nice.
Ah, that's cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of my friends who've done things at like summer camps. Like actually, Nadia is really good at ping pong.
I've heard, yeah.
I don't know. She just plays all day at her outdoorsy camp or whatever it is. So, yeah. I still have yet to beat my dad, actually. He's too nice with it. It's crazy. He just played a lot in college, and he's stayed good ever since. And so I've been working towards that.
That's cool. Trying to get on his Mr. Sher's level, huh?
Yeah, he and I low-key get competitive, bro. I'd be getting angry when I lose to him. But, yeah, working on it.
For sure. And earlier on, you mentioned that you were, like, into soccer. Like, did you ever play soccer on top of track and field and doing, playing ping pong?
Yeah, actually, mainly when I was a little kid, I played a lot of soccer, and that was back when I was in like Colorado and Indiana. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't keep up with it. Honestly, I think I dropped it and started playing tennis. So I actually played a lot of tennis in middle school, and then I played some in high school as well. But then I dropped it and just decided to do track. I don't know. I just started focusing on academic stuff, which, but I regret not keeping up with tennis. But yeah, I started out young with soccer. I was on FC Pride. Yeah, and so
Is that your local team?
Yeah, FC Pride back in Indiana, and we were tearing it up. So yeah, it was a good time.
Man, tearing up Indianapolis, huh? Going crazy.
You know the vibes.
Of course. I wanted to transition away from sports for a little bit, and I know you're majoring in chemistry and potentially PPE, but we don't know about that second one yet.
Yeah, still figuring it out.
Yeah, and you were involved in the U.S. Association of Young U.S. Association of Young Physicists tournament. So
Wow.
US AYPT.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That was a club that I did back in high school, and it was actually pretty interesting. We competed against it was mainly a lot of boarding schools, like teams like Exeter and Andover were there.
Okay.
But then a bunch of other, like, I don't know, Rye Country Day, God knows. But yeah, it was interesting. Like, they give you like one problem, and they ask you to tackle that problem over the course of a year, and you basically have to present it in front of a panel, and then you're competing in it with another team, and it's sort of, they tried to make it so it was like a debate, but not really a debate. Like, they wanted you to have just like a good conversation about the physics. And so you had to do a lot of like experimental analysis of it. So you'd conduct your own experiments about the specific problem. And then you would also, beyond just like the experimental stuff, you'd also have to do some theoretical calculations and look into it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And yeah, we like gradually got better at the competition over the years. Like the first year I went, we didn't make the final round, but then subsequently we started doing better and better, and eventually won the competition my senior year.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Did you start it like freshman year of high school or something like that?
Yeah, I started freshman year, so it was weird. Typically, freshmen at my high school, they just take biology as their science class. But through some finessing, I took physics instead, and so I got to know the physics teacher who ran the thing, and so that's why I got involved so early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All about making connections, huh?
Yeah, you know,
That's
gotta
how
start early. I don't know. Even before coming to Penn, I was on the Wharton Vibes kind of network. Get to know everybody.
Yeah. Piggybacking off points, you know, making those LinkedIn connections, all that.
Exactly.
Hey, can I get your number? How about we can have like a coffee chat or something like that? You know.
You're really great to connect. I'd love to hear about your career path and
Yeah.
how you got to this point. Oh man.
The amount of times I've heard that here.
Oh yeah.
I've only been here for 3 semesters.
Don't act like you ain't been doing that too, though.
Low key.
Yeah, that's
Like,
right. Everybody.
Low
does it.
key. I'm low key with it though. I'm low key. I'm not like
That's true.
out there like
You've
that.
been moving in silence lately. I'm convinced. No, yeah, you've been up to everything without anybody knowing. I respect that though. I respect it.
Appreciate it. Appreciate that, man.
But yeah, I did try to finesse my way into that stuff early in high school. But yeah, that was like the main thing that I did in high school.
Okay.
That was science oriented. I did a lot more stuff in middle school. I don't know if you saw any of that.
I did.
Oh man.
There was like a photo of you in like 2014 wearing like a name tag.
Oh
and,
man.
like wearing a yellow shirt. I didn't know what it was for. I think it was like some sort of like sciencey competition.
Yeah.
Was it this?
No, it wasn't USAYPC. That was in high school. If it was from 2014, that was probably the National Science Bowl.
Oh, okay.
So that was, you saw young Aidan
Aidan.
in peak form in those photos. It was funny. My friends used to keep this photo of me from it, and for some reason in the photo, it was like a full body photo with a group. For some reason, I thought that it would be a good idea if I had a water bottle. If I put the water bottle just in my pants, just to keep it there. And then nobody would know about it. And so there's the photo of me on the internet where I've got this water bottle stuck in the front of my pants. At the
my
competition.
gosh.
I look like such a goon. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Those competitions were an experience though.
Okay.
It was actually really cool. Like the government, like the Department of Energy, would fly everybody out. So there was a regional competition, and if you won your regional or state competition, then you would be able to. They would fly you out to DC to compete with like the other teams from around the country.
That's dope.
And so it was sort of like a Jeopardy style format. So it was like buzzers and all that. And so it was pretty intense, but it was a lot of fun. Never have I ever met a group of smarter kids than I have when I went. Everybody there was so smart, and so it was crazy to see that. And it was also cool to see how we like really got into the competition over the years. So with like the physics competition in high school, I started out in 6th grade. The first year we like qualified for nationals but didn't go anywhere, and then by my 8th grade year we actually got second. So it was definitely an experience. It was cool.
Second in the country out of how many teams?
Ooh, I don't know. It was like about one team from every state, so it was like 50 teams.
That's legit.
They had like a group stage, and then they had like a double elimination bracket. And so
It's like the Nerd World Cup.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then the Nerd World Cup. It took me a minute to process that. It really was, bro. Yeah, it was a nerd fest, but it was still a good time.
That's really dope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, like, because we've had people on the podcast talk about, traveling for competitions and stuff like that. There's something like that vibe, just being on the plane with a bunch of people from like your high school, like trying to get something done, like in the form of a competition. I feel like the vibes are definitely immaculate, like on that trip.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Yeah, it was definitely a good time. We all got super close on the team, and then also like just like I was saying, everybody there was super smart. But then we were able to meet a lot of like cool folks who we've even stayed in touch with, and I don't know. Of course, they're all at like different schools all over the place, but it's cool that we're able to just meet so many smart people in one place and get to know them and hang out with them. I mean, we were all very intense about it during the competition, but like it was pretty cool to see just like how we all like hung out after the competition when everything was more chill, and everybody was able to just get to know each other better. So it was pretty chill vibes.
It's dope. Love to hear that. So speaking of STEM, you know, obviously we talked about US AYPT. We talked about the competition you were involved in middle school. But I also wanted to ask you about, you know, you did a bit of research at UC Boulder for health intervention services and MATLAB Bangladesh.
Yeah, wow.
Why'd you start there?
Yeah, so actually it started through a family connection. So my grandparents live in Boulder. And so I was staying with them over the summer, and one of their family friends came over. It's this lady, Dr. Jane Mencken. Absolute beast, let me tell you, bro. So just to give you a little background on her, because I like to flex that. She went to Penn for undergrad, actually.
Oh, wow.
And then went to Harvard for her master's, and then Princeton for her, no. Harvard for her master's, maybe Princeton for her doctorate. Anyways, she was like one of the first 10 female professors at Princeton.
Wow.
But then she moved to CU later because her husband was working there, and he's a professor there. Or he actually just retired. He's like the longest tenured professor in CU Boulder history.
Whoa.
He's been there for like 70 years. He fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima.
He what?
Iwo Jima, you know, the World War II.
Oh, wow.
He fought in World War II in Japan.
That's crazy.
Crazy guy.
Yeah.
But that was just some backstory. But yeah, we had dinner with them, and she was talking about the research that she was doing, and I was pretty interested. And so I don't know, I just connected with her, and I started getting into it. And so that's been just something that I've been doing for the ongoing past couple of years. So yeah, it's been really cool, good experience, and you know, I get paid, so that's always a plus.
Of course, you got to secure the coin any way possible.
Of
you know,
course.
secure the bag.
Yeah,
you know?
how else am I gonna afford to go out on these, I don't know, the Morimoto adventures once a semester if I don't have the funds for that? So
I've never even been to Morimoto.
really,
Never.
okay, I've actually been to. So he has 2 locations, one in New York and one in Philly. I think the New York one is better, but I did go to the one go to the one in Philly, and it was quite good. I don't know. Are you a sushi guy?
Yeah, I like sushi.
Yeah, so definitely, if you're a sushi guy, it's a place to go at least once.
I assume it's pretty like high end, right?
Yeah, they have got like some, like you can order a la carte, but they have like a tasting menu, and I think that's probably the way to go. I forget how much it was. It was either 100 or 120 per person, so it's a hefty sum. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Okay.
You need to secure the bag so you can go there.
Of course.
But it'd be cool if we could go as a suite or something. I know securing a reservation might be difficult, because I was trying to go. Have you heard of the restaurant Zahav?
No.
Yeah, so that's another like higher end restaurant. They do. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's like Mediterranean-esque cuisine. And you have to book like a reservation online at a certain time. And it was like I was like 5 seconds too late, and I couldn't get a reservation for the day that I wanted. So it's pretty intense. But that place is another good one. It's like $90 per person.
Okay.
So
you know, pocket change.
yeah, you know, especially once they get that summer internship money in, you know.
Yeah, that summer internship money is gonna have me feeling different. I'm gonna buy some Jordans, bro. I'm gonna cash out.
Oh man, you've been thinking about what pair of Jordans you want?
Ooh, because I don't own any Jordans. Yeah. I'm not a sneakerhead.
I've been looking into some Jordans because I've been wanting to cop a pair recently because I've never had one. But yeah, what you been thinking?
I've been looking at the UNC blue ones.
Oh yeah, the ones with the blue and then the black swoosh.
Not a black swoosh, just like I'm looking at that one, but the UNC one is the it's just like light blue and white pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Like high top Jordans. The ones you just described, I'm looking at those. The classic Air Jordan ones, like the black and red ones.
Yeah,
like that one.
Those are cool.
Yeah, those are cool. The Dunks as well.
Oh yeah? Yeah, the dunk wave's been pretty serious. I've been following them. I don't know if you saw those mummy dunks.
I haven't seen them.
They were like a Halloween themed one. They had like some eyes on the back and had some pretty cool details. I was down bad for those, but I couldn't cop them for retail, and the resale's like $450, something crazy.
Whoa.
So yeah, probably can't cop. But I've been looking at those University Black Air Jordans that you were talking about, and then also like the Hyper Royals. They've got like a gray swoosh. But those are pretty dope. So yeah, still haven't made a purchase, but we'll see.
Yeah. Where do you buy your shoes from, by the way?
Yeah, I mainly use StockX.
Okay.
That seems like the best place to go. I find that their prices are cheaper than GOAT, but I used to scroll through GOAT a lot. But I do like StockX. I haven't had any problems with like reliability. In fact, I bought a pair, and they like had to turn it away because it was fake, and so I got all my money back. And so
okay.
I feel like their fake checks are pretty reliable, and the prices are better. Like I've been to, have you know Flight Club?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you go to a Flight Club or something like that, like it's cool to be able to see the shoes in person and like to touch them and like try them on, but the prices are just so high that it's not worth it. And so what I like to do is I like to go to places like Flight Club because they got one in Miami, and so I went there when I went during the semester. And I don't know, I like went in, tried them on, and so I figured out what my size was. So now I can just cop the right pair. So
nice. Good stuff. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get an idea for like the size virtually because some shoes, like my black Air Forces, they run a bit big. I usually wear size 11, so I had to size down to 10.5 because like, you know, they run big. I didn't know that until people told me that, so that's how I knew. So yeah, it's important to like, you know, be able to gauge that.
Yeah, exactly. And actually the shoes that I'm wearing right now are these like Converse, CDG Converse.
CDG, oh, you got the CDG, you got the hearts on the shoes, man. Oh my goodness.
No, yeah, like I didn't check to see whether or not they were true to size, but they like run big, and so these are low key. These shoes low key make me look like a clown, but
I think they're okay.
I still vibe with it, and I'm still gonna wear them because they're comfy enough. But yeah, it's always good to like check what size you gotta get. So
it's important. Size does matter in this case.
Hey. I like to say that size doesn't matter for a variety of reasons that I won't disclose exactly. But yes, size does matter, I guess, for this.
Of course.
You're about to put me in my feelings.
I was even trying to go there. I was even trying to go there, man. But yeah, so I want to transition to the Oluswole Bowl. It's a part of the podcast where we ask you some off-the-cuff questions. It might be related to what we were talking about before. It might be, you know, a little out there.
All right.
But I'm going to hit you with the first one.
Go for it.
There's this big thing on the internet with the Jay-Z versus the dinner debate. The Jay-Z versus the 500K debate, which is like, would you rather take 500K or would you rather take dinner with Jay-Z, because like the knowledge you gain from dinner with Jay-Z will be worth more than the 500K in the long run. So
this is passive income if you get dinner with Jay-Z. Is that what the thought process is?
No, it's like he'll give you like this business acumen that will allow you to earn more than 500K and be like a multi-millionaire or something like that. So would you choose dinner with Jay-Z or would you take the 500K?
Ain't no way I'm getting dinner with Jay-Z. I'm going to take that money right away.
Of course.
Because think about it. Look, I got to adopt the Wharton mindset here. Let me put the cap on. You might have a business idea that you want to work on with like Jay-Z's going to give you that business knowledge, and you're going to make that 500K or more than that down the line. But if you take that 500K right now and invest it, you'll still be making more than 500K. So think about it. Passive income, investing, compound interest. I feel like I could do pretty good on my own. So yeah, I'll take my Wharton cap off now. But there's my analysis.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you on that one.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to get dinner with Jay-Z?
I mean, I would, but not in place
Over
of getting
500K?
500K. That's like.
Okay, wait, hold on. Question: would Beyonce be there? I feel like that might change the equation, right?
But 500K is like multiple years of salaries, bro. Just dumped in one lump sum. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like it's hard to turn down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'd get dinner with anybody for 500K, like in exchange for 500K. I'd rather take the 500K.
For sure.
I'm trying to think. Like Albert Einstein? Nah. No way.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion?
Real hard girl stuff.
That might be worth the 500K. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, we'll see. Secondly, I know you follow soccer, or football for our listeners. So which young forward, who do you think is a young forward of the future between Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think that Haaland might be the better striker in the future. He's been cranking out goals. He's like big, strong, fast. It's like everything that a team wants. Mbappe, he's like super fast and has a lot of skill. But I think that especially like that those sort of skills will work well in his league because he's right now in the French league.
Yeah.
And everybody likes to clown it, calling it the Farmers League because they think they're playing against a bunch of bums. But I think the way that Haaland is built, just like he's big, tall, fast. He's better suited for European games because beyond just like the French league, Mbappe is, I think, struggles because he's playing against bigger and stronger defenders when he plays against teams in other leagues. And so I think that's part of it that will contribute to Haaland's success because I think Haaland would be successful anywhere, while Mbappe might have more success in, I don't know, like a Spanish league or a French league rather than in the English league.
That's a fair assessment. It's definitely a hard choice because I've watched more. I'm a bit biased because I've watched more Mbappe than I have like Haaland. But Haaland, his like you say, his physical attributes, he's like 6'4", but he's quick.
Yeah,
and he's got great dribbling skills, great ball control.
And his shooting power is crazy.
It's insane. It's like this combination of physical gifts. I've never seen. Well, maybe even Zlatan isn't as quick though. Zlatan is strong, but he's not as quick as this dude.
I feel like the only one who I could see being comparable or like possibly more athletic is like a Cristiano Ronaldo or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, you see those clips or those photos of Cristiano Ronaldo like jumping. It's crazy. Like
it's insane.
His feet are at the other dude's shoulders. It's insane. So
yeah,
we'll see. I think it's hard to sort of turn down Mbappe though. Like Liverpool was sort of interested in getting him.
Oh really?
We're also sort of interested in looking to Haaland. So I don't know. Personally, for Liverpool, I would say I'd prefer Haaland, but I don't know. Both of those players are going to be like the future of soccer as long as they don't get injured. So it'll be cool to see what happens.
For sure. Yeah, they're both going crazy right now. And then lastly, would you rather take an all expenses paid vacation every year for a month or land the job of your dreams?
Ooh. All right. Clarification question.
Yeah.
On the Oluswole Bowl. I don't know what my dream job is. So is this just like whatever my dream job is potentially?
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is a good one. I feel like I'm supposed to answer quick, but
no.
I would say finding a dream job would be like finding a dream job is what I would pick here because sure you're taking that month to I don't know you're like it's a all expenses paid vacation, which is fantastic for a month out of the year, but then I just question what you would be doing the other 11 months of the year if you don't find a job that you really enjoy. And I think if you enjoy your work and find your dream job, then work doesn't really feel like work. It's something that you really enjoy and you can dedicate your life to. And so I think that being able to find your dream job is just something super valuable, something I aspire to figure out because I'm lost right now. You know, me trying to assemble my Thanos gauntlet of careers, assembling all of it. So, yeah, I feel like that'd be better. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I kind of agree with you because even my dad, like, he used to tell me when I was in middle school, high school, that he's never worked a day in his life. And, like, at first I didn't understand it, but, like, he was basically trying to say, he enjoys the work he does, so it doesn't feel like work. So if I'm working for, like, a few decades, I'd rather work in a field I really enjoy working in as opposed to just working in a bum field for a long time and then having 1 month off where I'm I don't know, where I'm a city boy, having fun and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
True. And yeah, I don't know. I guess one thing that I do question though is if you find your dream job, I wonder how you draw the line between the time that you spend with your family and the time you spend at work. Because if you love your job that much, I just wonder how much time you'd actually like just how you'd balance your time because like you'd love spending your time with your family as well, but where do you sort of prioritize time at work and time with family and things like that? So I guess that's just like one predicament that I think about if I like found my dream job. But I think that a good balance is probably possible. Yeah,
having good work-life balance is definitely a big deal. Like I know you're meant to grind out like the first few years of your career, like regardless of what you go into.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're working like 110 hours a week for a long time, that's gonna take a toll on you physically, mentally.
Yeah, you're like taking years off of your life just to grind at the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like definitely one of the things that is like holds me back from like thinking about looking into, because one of my stones on my gauntlet is like investment banking potentially. That's just like a big consideration that I have. Is just do I like the work enough, or do I like where that work takes me enough where I'm willing to put in all those hours? I don't know. I'm just not sure. And so maybe I just need to learn more. But figuring out that work-life balance is tricky. Especially like you're saying at the beginning of your career when it feels like that's like grind season. Yeah, it's just I don't know, a lot to think about. But I feel like it might just be like that, and then later down the line we'll figure out what we actually want to do and how we want to spend our time. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like once we just get more experience in terms of like life and stuff like that, and also, you know, through working, you get experience like through doing that. I feel like you'll get a better idea of as to like what you like and what you don't like, and then you'll be able to decide. I don't even feel like we'll know until we're, I don't know, a few years into working. You know what I mean? Yeah. I
always question though, like how much we'll be able to explore once we leave school though. Because I feel like when depending at least depending on what field you go into post college, you're doing a lot of things that are very specific towards a specific field, and so you aren't able to, I don't know, take classes in so many different subjects like you are able to here, and so you aren't really able to explore things that you had no idea that you could possibly be interested in, and so that's just one thing that I'm concerned about. Is sure I can like go work for a couple years as a sort of stalling period to figure out what I really want to do, but I just don't know when I'd have that time for exploration past school, especially if I'm going to be working a lot of hours, because those are what those initial jobs are like. So trying to explore a lot here is a priority for me, but also I just don't know how I'll be able to fit it in, especially because recruiting timelines and things like that are so early. And so you feel like you're locking yourself into something without really knowing what you want to get into. But I don't know. I think it is what it is, and things will get figured out. But it's just a lot to think about.
Yeah, I know you have the talent to do well in a lot of fields. So like I'm not even tripping over that, because it's just a matter of like what, you know, finding something that you like and that you want to do for a long time. But you'll figure it out at some point. So
yeah, and it's actually like I don't think that I'm that good at a variety of fields, but one thing that I've noticed is that I'm the sort of person where I'm attracted to what's hot around me. So like back in when I was younger in like middle school, high school, like my middle school peers were very science and math oriented, and so that's what I really got into, because it was like all the people around me were doing that, and that was what they were into, and so I got really drawn to that. And then the second I come to Penn, like business and things like that are so hot here. That's like what it's all about. And so that's why I was drawn to that. And so I can't tell if the stuff that I'm doing is because of genuine interest in the stuff that I'm doing, or if I'm just doing it because it's what's popular here and I'm just drawn to that. And so I'm facing a dilemma there. I can't even tell if I'm good at any of this stuff, but all I know is that I'm drawn to it, but I also still can't notice, like I can't figure out why I'm drawn to it. So yeah. I know I got a little deep here about like life choices, but I don't know. These are just the things that have been flying around in my head.
Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, I mean, I can't say anything about that. It's really just like introspective. You know, you have to look inside yourself and think like, you know, what do you want to do? You know, what are my intentions? Like, are they based on people around me or based on my own genuine interests? Yeah, I can't answer that. You know, that's up to you.
No, yeah. So just stuff that's on the dome.
Yeah.
So, it'll get figured out though.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah. So this wraps up the end of the podcast. You know, thanks man for coming on. This is a great episode. First episode in person.
Yes, sir. Thanks for inviting me. I'm glad to be part of the inaugural in-person episode.
Of course.
I'll be looking forward to seeing what you're able to cook up in the future. I know you got some other ones that are upcoming, so excited to see that too.
Yeah, I got things in the works, but now that recruiting is over, I've been able to podcast more, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Yes,
sir. Getting back in the groove.
Yes, sir.
All right, but yeah, thanks for having me on.
No problem, man. Oluswole is available on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're also on TikTok, so, you know, Corvette, running that up. Thank you guys for listening, and peace.